Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. So today, just a casual chat, just a little hanging out in the living room, having a little chat time. It's a weird time of year, and it's kind of hard to sort of like figure out what to do, where to go, what to see, because in January it's just like, I don't know, I turn into a bear and I want to hibernate. And it becomes very, very challenging to sort of want to go out and about when it's like literally in the 20s and 30s outside. It's like, and I just want to, take this blankie right here and wrap myself up in it, read a book and not do much else. But then I get frustrated with myself. Because then I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I should be doing something. I have to be productive. I can't just be sitting on the couch. This isn't okay. And then I start to get into like this feedback loop of like not so healthy thoughts, because then I'm like getting frustrated and getting down on myself because I'm not doing things. But then I have to remind myself that sometimes doing nothing is doing something. I have to take a little lesson from Winnie the Pooh, I guess. Yeah, there's that part of the story towards the end in the cartoon. I'm not sure where it's located in the book, but where Christopher Robin is talking to Winnie the Pooh, and he's like, "What's your favorite thing to do?" And he's like, "Doing nothing." And then Pooh's like, "Oh, how do you do that?" And Christopher Robin's then like, "Well, you say you're gonna do nothing, and then you go and do it." And it's as simple as that, right? But it's not easy to do nothing. It's not easy for me to slow myself down. And I don't know if that's just my own personality, that I feel like I'm always looking for the next thing. Like whenever people ask me about this, my response is, I have too much life to live. I need to fill it up because life is too short. And I want to get as much of enjoyment out of it as possible, right? Like we have these finite existences, and I really appreciate it and want to experience as much as I can and see as much as I can see and be with the people that are important to me and do all these wonderful things. But we also live in a society that's really structured for this sort of like daily grind and commuting and working. And, you have to be able to pay the rent and the bills and all the mundane stuff to be able to keep it going. And, it's hard sometimes because you have these expectations of all these grandiose or not so grandiose things you want to accomplish in life. And then it's just, you get busy, you get tired, you get sick, you get all these things pop up, and then you're like, what do I do? How do I do it? And, being okay with where you are at any point in your life is challenging. It's really challenging sometimes. So for me, at this moment in life, it's like, slowing myself down is the challenge, because I'm one of those go kind of people. And I start to, like, at this point in January, today is January 25th, it starts to get frustrating because now I've been kind of in a holding pattern for like 4 weeks, and I'm not really getting out and about, and I'm getting a little stir crazy. I'm getting a little, cabin fever-ish. Like I've enjoyed my in time, but I'm ready for my out time, but it's still really cold and rainy and snowy and not pleasant out there. So it's like, what's a gal to do? I don't know. So I try to slow down a little. So that's why today is just like a little chat, right? Because I'm home and I'm taking it easy today. I made myself some dinner. I did some fish in the air fryer, which, by the way, super simple. Like you just get a good seasoning, a good spice blend, and you put the fish in the air fryer thing, and you hit the fish button, And like 8 to 10 minutes later, there's beautiful fish and it's delicious. Easiest dinner. Like, my goodness. I mean, that air fryer, I gotta thank my uncle for gifting me that for my birthday a year ago, because that's a game changer right there. But yeah, so I made myself simple dinner. Got my new book I've been reading. I put it down. I'm like about to hold it up, and I'm just like there it is. There's my new book. I'm in the middle of reading a Michael Crichton book. So not Jurassic Park, but one of his other books. I think it's called like Dragon Tooth, Dragon Fang, Dragon something, Michael Crichton. So when I finish it, I'll let y'all know how it is. But I'm about 25-30% of the way through it, and so far so good. So that's how I've been spending a lot of my time, is it's either been cooking or reading. And that's been a lot of what I've been up to these days. I am getting closer and closer and closer to Icon of the Seas. I'm super excited for this. I'm so super excited for this. Yeah, it's on the horizon. Like, I can almost be at the point where I could be like, I'm counting the days. It's not that soon. It's soon, but it's not that soon. But because it's like inaugural sailing is going to happen soon, there's all these ads, and there's a lot of like, specials going on, and things are popping up in my YouTube feed, and people are getting excited. I'm getting excited. I'm super excited for this. So I've been able to check in online at this point, but the itinerary is not in the app yet. So it's like you can see all the excursions and things like that, but the itinerary is not up in the app yet. So I think once the itinerary goes up, I'll make a video about the Icon's itinerary and what activities are posted. But as of yet, they are not yet in the app posted yet. I don't even know what the entertainment is. It just says like Broadway style show. It doesn't actually say what the show is. In the app anyway. But I did see something that it was something related to Wizard of Oz. I don't think it's Wicked. I think it's like another show related to like Wizard of Oz. But I haven't seen that on anything official from Royal Caribbean yet. So that's the rumor that I heard. Just to be clear. So yeah, that is super exciting and on the horizon. But yeah, it's just been pretty chill. I'm just curious though, like, am I the only one that gets like this in January? Like, does anyone else like go into hibernation mode in January? I don't know if this is like a regional thing, like, if you live more north, south in the sun, like if you live in areas that are cold, when it gets cold, does this happen to you? I guess is what I'm saying. That, and combined with like the daylight savings and it getting dark so early, I get greatly impacted by the light and seasonal affect disorder. I really do get impacted by the sun setting early, because in December, it's really bad because when I leave to go to work, the sun is rising and it's still the cusp of darkness. And when I leave work, it's pitch dark. So it's like, I don't see daylight during the month of December, except for the weekends. And it really, really impacts me. And it's like, now that it's January, it's getting a minuscule, tiny bit better. When I leave work, it's dark-ish, but not totally dark. But then by the time I get home, it's dark. And, it's like, can't do much with that. So, yeah, I'm not getting my ambient vitamin D from the sun. It affects me. It definitely affects me. So I'm just curious if there's other people out there that are impacted by like seasonal affect disorder. If there's other people there that, turn into sort of like a hibernation mode in January. And how does this affect you? Like, how do you cope with all of this? Because I know for me, like, reading has been my escape, because I'm reading, I'm going to other places, and I'm, even though I'm like physically here, I'm like mentally being transported to these fictional worlds. And it helps me sort of escape some of this, which is why, I've been reading so much lately. But what about everybody else? How are you managing your January? How are you getting through it? What's been helpful to you? Let's learn from each other and see if we could, share some ideas, because, man, I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of over the hibernation. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for spring. But we're not there yet. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. But yeah. So that's just sort of quick little update, what I've been up to. Trying to just make it through January and springtime, and before that, Icon of the Seas, and good things on the horizon. Lots of good things on the horizon. Just gotta get some motion. They're saying like a body in motion stays in motion. Body at rest stays at rest. So it's like, I don't want to rest too long because I don't want to stay at rest. I need to start getting the motion back. So it's time. It's time. So those are my thoughts for the day. And I guess with that, I am done. I'll see you all real soon. And until then, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.